What's up, guys? This is Bad Fast Marley on Left Turn Broadcasting. We got another crazy setup giveaway for you. I know it's been long overdue. I know we've been getting comments left and right. We want setups. I'm sorry, we've been so busy doing all the front row racing and all the Thursday Night Thunders and all the crazy broadcasts that we've been bringing to you. Some really awesome footage with some great drivers. But it's time we get back into this and get you guys some fast setups. This one here today is going to be at Michigan International Speedway, and I believe in a couple days I have a New Hampshire for you as well. So we're going to get you fast, we're going to get you competitive, and get you winning your league races. First things first, though, we're going to jump on in here, and we're going to show you the wheel settings, because wheel settings are very important. It's if you're running different wheel settings, it's going to change the way that the car handles for you. And I feel that these wheel settings are super, let's see here. They're super important, super stable. Let's see here. We're going to jump on in here. So we got, I'm running the paddle shifters. Definitely want to be in that manual. Let's see, we got the effect strength. I got one click on it. Impacts are off. Center spring is on. Steering dead zone all the way down. The range of the sensitivity, I got them right down the middle. Really just stable car. It's not too loose. It's not too responsive. You're not overturning the wheel. You only want to turn to maybe, 10 o'clock at the most. If you're overturning, you're going to wear out your tires quicker. The brake sensitivity, I got that all the way down. I don't want to lock up my brakes. And then the throttle sensitivity, I have that all the way up. Now, if I'm at a road course or a short track, I'm going to have that throttle sensitivity all the way down. But as far as these super speedways, I want that thing all the way up. I want to get as much juice as I can out of it. Also, another thing I want to go over here is brake smoothing. A lot of people don't know about brake smoothing. So basically what this does is, by having the brake smoothing on low versus off, you want to have it on low. It allows you to run a lower brake bias, and it helps your entry into turns by running a lower brake bias. When you let off the gas, it really helps your car turn into the turn rather than kind of push. And by having it on that low, you can run it really low brake bias, and the car doesn't just completely drift and power slide into the turn on you. Whereas if you had it on off, it would be like Tokyo Drift. That's just another little trick here I wanted to tell you. So we're gonna hop out of here and jump right into this setup. Michigan Motor Speedway, or I might have messed that up. Michigan International Speedway, but front row racing is here on Sunday, 9 o'clock sharp. So make sure you tune into there. We're running some really fast times. My qualifying time, we do some hot laps for qualifying with this setup here. I'm giving you, I'm hitting 37.9s in the qualifying hot laps. Race trim, I'm hitting 38.1s with this, and you'll see that in a lap or two after I go over this, and you get to see it. Man, that's a nice banana car. Jump right into this race setup here. All right, we got them bumps at 3.4, 3.4, 4.3, 4.3. They got the rears reversed. It's the front, if you don't know about shocks, so basically the lower the front end is, the looser the front is going to be, and the lower the rear is, the tighter the rear is going to be. So having these a little bit lower really stabilizes the car. Also, if you're having difficulties and you're going into the turn and your car's shaking and you can't figure out why, that shimmy shake is because if you are running a high front sway bar, so right here, this front sway bar here, if you're running this high up, say, you know, anything like 16.75, 17, or all the way up to 2000, the higher you have this sway bar, you have to have these front bumps as high as well. If I were to change this to a 1.585, I'd have to raise my front bumps, or you get that shake. Let's see here. Front weight is at 52. The way front weight works, if you have it lower, your car is going to turn in more stable but be looser off. If you have it all the way up, like say up to the max of the 55, then the car is going to turn into the turn like really good but push coming off. So you can have them either way, but it all depends on where you have your track bars and your wedge and so forth. For instance, the wedge on this setup is at a 54.3. You could tinker with that in, you know, race trim once you're running and really get it to your liking. You'll see if you run the line, you'll see the line that I run. It's very stable for you at this 54.3. As the race goes on in a 50% race, I've noticed that the track tends to get a little bit looser. So then I might lower my right rear tire pressure by like a half a pound or so to try to combat that. But either way, that wedge combats the left and the right track bar, because you'll see that I have them up at almost max. For the left track bar, it's one click down, and the right track bar is fully maxed. Spring settings here. The front left spring is at 1200 maxed out. Really makes the car stiff and handle well going in and out of the turn. The right spring is just a few clicks lower at 1170. That helps rotation in and out of the turn. The rear springs are at 590, just a tick underneath that 600. Just help snug it just a bit to help for that long run and long run speed. Tires are huge here. I have the lefts at 21, helps with the grip level and long run speed, and then the rights are very, very important. So at super speedways and whatnot, everybody's got them at 60, so they think that, you know, as far as I'm talking like Daytona and Talladega, so they think when they come to Michigan, oh, it's a 2-mile track, let's throw these tires all the way up to 60. Well, you can do that, but what happens is it just crushes your long run speed, because think of it as this: your tires, if they're at 60, as they heat up, they build up pressure. So you're going to end up, by the end of the run, you're running on balloons. So it's really going to hurt the handling of your car. You're going to get loose off, and it's going to slow down your long run speed. So I got them just a bit lower. I'm at 56 and 54, 2 pounds lower on the right rear. That helps with stability on exit of the turn on the long run. Cambers, we got them at 4 and minus 2.5. I feel that this is the most speed that I can get out of it at this settings and with long run. You can go higher. I've gone as high as minus 3.5 on my testing on that right front camber, but it tends to get looser on the long run. I like to have a stable car the whole way through the run, especially when I'm racing around really talented guys in front row racing. We went over that sway bar, we went over the track bars, that brake bias there. The brake bias, I have it at 74. It's pretty moderate, using the front and rear brakes to come to the pit road. But as we just went over with that brake smoothing on low, you don't lock up the tires, and it's a nice smooth entrance onto pit road. Grill tape, we have that at 55. We're running about 251 to 252 on the temp, which is perfect, very ideal for where you want to be. I feel that once you hit about 254 to 255, you start losing that top end power, and you don't want to do that. 55 seems just perfect with this gearing that we got here. Wheel lock is at 8, steering offset at 0.050. I feel that the steering offset actually affects the handling of the car in the turns as well. I know a lot of these setup matrix and stuff like that you guys are looking at to help you build setups, they list that it only matters on the straightaway as far as your car going straight, if you let go of the wheel rather than it continuing to turn to the left or whatnot. It really helps your entry to the turn. That's what I feel. But the gear settings are very interesting. You would think, the higher your RPMs, that you'd be going faster, you'd get more speed out of it, but it's actually the opposite. You want all of your gears to shift at 7,000 RPMs. That's what we do here with the 230, 155, and 110. That 110 is your drive gear. The rear end ratio is at 280. So when we're in the turns, we're about 78 to 8,000 RPMs, and at the end of the straightaway, we're at about 85. I'm able to run about a lap or two longer than most of the people that I race with, and that's because I'm running just a little bit lower, but it helps on my long run speed, and it got me to that 38.1. So as far as this track goes, the line is very, very, very important. You want to, if you go into your test session and you're running, they have the line that's there for you to try to help you find, the ideal way around the track. I feel that line is wrong going into the turns. You want to high arc those turns and turn that car all the way down then with your high entry down to the line and carry that speed off the turn with a more straighter exit, and it really helps you carry that speed all the way down the straightaways. Marks are really important. On the first 2 laps with this car, you can go full throttle, and after that, then you have to start burping. If you dive bomb the turn and really throw the car in there and then let off the gas and rotate through the turn, you're going to lose speed going down the straightaways. You might have that car that's going to fly into the turn and try to get underneath you, but as long as you let off just a tad going into the turn, you're able to get right back in the gas, drive down to the bottom, and power down them straightaways because you're in the gas sooner than the car that tried to dive bomb you. Just another tip for you. But this is Michigan, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This car is a fun car, and I can't wait to see you guys hop in some public lobbies and start kicking some butt, or in your leagues. Hit us up in the comment section and let us know what you can run with this. In the laps that I'm running here, I'm probably going to hit around a 1, but I've hit a flat on a very perfect lap, but you have to hit your marks just perfect. But this is a fast car. Enjoy.
All right, dig. You're clear of pit road.